My wife is a top actress with a pretty severe case of misophonia, married for 7 years, and she never let anyone besides me get close. Until our actual anniversary. That's when the lead actor of Tin Ha Company posted a new status update online. In the photo, Liu Nhyn has this faint smile on her face, leaning right into his chest. Her cheeks are totally flushed from drinking, and her lips are just unnaturally red. After years of chasing, he finally got the chance to stand beside his idol. He wrote that he must keep working hard to become someone she can rely on. I stayed up crying until midnight. Frowning, I left just one single comment on his post. Is she your wife? Are you two really that close? Surprisingly, just a second later, Liu Nhyn called me. Dhyn is just overly excited. She told me, you don't need to target him. Just delete that comment. Meanwhile, netizens completely mocked me, calling me some pretty petty, jealous guy. Dhyn immediately posted a video with completely red eyes. Growing up always has obstacles, he said. But thankfully, his idol promised to always stay by his side. Seeing the entire internet comforting and cheering him on, I just gave a faint smile and made a single phone call. The next day, Dhyn was instantly kicked out of the lead role in the Tien Tai Nam project, a spot he thought he completely secured. Liu Nhyn was totally frantic. Dhyn is still young, she yelled. Do you know how important this role is to him? He even studied foreign languages for it. What gives you the right to just randomly snatch his opportunity away? Give the role back right now and publicly apologize to him. Married for 7 years. This was the first time Liu Nhyn ever argued with me, and the very first time she shielded an outsider. You have to see how crazy this is. I just stared coldly at Liu Nhyn. This extremely meticulous woman was actually carrying a strange perfume scent on her. 2 buttons of her shirt were undone, showing a bright red hickey on her neck. Her collar even had a pretty obvious stain she hadn't managed to clean up yet. All those little traces proved one thing. The strict boundaries she always kept were completely shattered. Just for some guy she had known for barely even a month. Liu Nhyn panicked slightly at my silence. But just a second later, she frowned and went right back to giving me orders. KBT, did you hear me clearly? Hurry up and send out a public apology notice to Dhyn. Seeing her act so completely righteous, my voice went cold. I hold the resources, I said. Giving them to whoever I want is my right. I don't need you teaching me. Liu Nhyn froze after hearing that, absolutely unable to believe her ears. Ever since we got married, this was the first time I ever spoke so harshly to her. And this time, it was incredibly obvious. I was truly furious. Liu Nhyn's expression softened. She quickly stepped closer, hugging me to act completely spoiled and sweet. Hubby, I didn't mean it like that, she cooed. I just felt like it was pretty unfair to someone working so hard. Don't get mad over someone who isn't worth it. Today is our wedding anniversary. It has been so long since we talked like we used to. But that totally strange perfume scent on Liu Nhyn's body just made my head spin. Remembering the completely unchanging smell of disinfectant she had carried since our wedding day, I let out a pretty bitter laugh. Someone who was once extremely strict about scents was now basically slapping me right in the face. Seeing no reaction from me, Liu Nhyn proactively wrapped her arms around my neck. Leaning in to kiss me, I mocked that cute face of hers, then instantly shoved her away. The push made Liu Nhyn stumble back. She frowned, glaring at me furiously. KBT, what is your problem? Today is our anniversary. Can you please stop being so completely unreasonable? I already explained everything to you. I grabbed a bottle of disinfectant from the table and slammed it in front of her, coldly interrupting. Disinfect yourself, you look dirty. Liu Nhyn went totally pale staring at the bottle, choking on her words. Then she angrily slammed the bottle back onto the table. Filled with shame and fury, she screamed out, KBT, have you had enough? I already made up for it. What more do you want? If you can't stand it, then let's just divorce. Looking at her highly arrogant, totally confident eyes, I didn't try to coax her like I always did before. I just calmly opened my mouth. Fine, let's divorce. Hearing me speak so decisively, Liu Nhyn completely froze. But right after, acting as if she heard nothing, she threw back a single line. KBT, you need to calm down. I have things to do and won't sleep at home tonight. After saying that, she turned and left. I just watched her back, completely cold. The room was so carefully prepared for our anniversary. But thanks to Liu Nhyn's absolutely ridiculous actions, the whole vibe was completely ruined. The next day, I opened my phone to a wave of news. The movie queen was striking to back up DH and ThenH, preparing to go fully public. The sweet couple dated at an amusement park, sitting on a Ferris wheel to claim their romance. The actress was filming a romance movie, getting clearly intimate with her co-star. You see her game here, right? Liu Nhyn was totally provoking me, threatening me. Look at this. Without you, and instantly find someone else to rely on. Facing this, the netizens cheered them on even more, endlessly mocking me. Look who's about to collapse, they typed. Our sister Nhyn is just so incredibly sincere, slapping his face so hard. It's hilarious. Doesn't he just have a little bit of money? As if our Nhyn really needs that. She's a strong, independent female lead. She doesn't rely on men at all. If that guy hadn't gotten Nhyn as a spokesperson, that garbage company of his probably wouldn't even survive. Nhyn has a new man now. Will a certain someone kneel down and beg for her forgiveness? The entire internet was sending super sweet blessings to Liu Nhyn and DH ThenH. But for me, nothing but a flood of totally harsh, bitter sarcasm. Because I previously respected Liu Nhyn's wishes, I never went public about how all her resources came straight from me. So in the eyes of outsiders, Lu Nuyen truly clawed her way to the top through her own hard work. No shortcuts. Meanwhile, tying the knot with me is seen as her willingly breaking her own wings just to downgrade into my family. Because of that, her fans are incredibly brutal. They drag my name across the internet to attack me at every chance. Right as I am staring at a picture of Lu Nuyen and Dich Deng Than, incredibly sweet. Inside a Ferris wheel cabin, the doorbell suddenly rings. I open the door, finding a delivery guy dropping off a massive bouquet. Right in the center sits a tiny card reading, "Dear husband, please stop being mad. I know I was completely wrong, and I will absolutely come home to you tonight." I calmly take the card and the flowers, tossing them straight into the trash can. This right here is a clear signal, an easy out. Lu Nuyen wants me to back down. In the past, the second I sensed her mood shifting, I would immediately call her up to make peace. But now, flashing back to that incredibly bright, sunny smile Lu Nuyen showed off in that Ferris wheel photo, I suddenly feel like caring about her just does not hold any real meaning anymore. The second I arrive at the company, Lu Nuyen's manager comes sprinting right toward me, sweating absolutely profusely. Crying, she tells me boss, Lu Nuyen is completely dead set on taking a new romance film role, and absolutely refuses to listen to any reason. The movie features kissing and intimate scenes without any stunt doubles, and she is actually demanding to act out every single moment herself. If this film actually airs, her flawless public image is completely ruined, and the financial losses will be incredibly severe. Boss, Lu Nuyen even went ahead and signed the contract on her own. So what do we do now? Looking at the script and contract her manager hands over, I just laugh. A loud laugh. The manager and assistant standing nearby instantly freeze up, not even daring to breathe loudly. On the surface, it is a romance film, but honestly, it is a hardcore movie hiding under a love story wrapper, with maybe just 20% of it actually being decent content. And ever since Lu Nuyen made her debut, she has strictly maintained this pure, noble image as some sort of unreachable, pristine, high-class flower. You can easily imagine how quickly her pristine reputation is going to absolutely plummet once this movie actually hits the screens. Over all these years, Lu Nuyen has enjoyed an incredibly smooth career path thanks to my help, but I guess she completely forgot about that. Without this company and my support, nothing. She is absolutely nothing. Spotting Lu Nuyen's signature right on the contract, I casually toss the stack of documents aside, deciding I no longer need to care about her. In just a few days, the company will arrange training for our brand new artists. This is her own choice. And listen, from now on, stop fighting for resources for her. We are focusing purely on the new talent. No need to hide this information. Publicly announce it. All of it. Hearing my orders, the manager looks completely stunned for a second, but then immediately beams and agrees. After all, everything Lu Nuyen just did showed absolutely zero respect for her. All those exhausting years she spent building up that girl's career have basically been destroyed by her own two hands. When it finally causes major losses for the company, all the blame will fall right on her. Totally unavoidable. Being able to back out right now is honestly perfect timing. But just wait for it. Right as I finish speaking, my phone chimes, revealing a few photos sent from a completely anonymous account. The pictures show Lu Nuyen and Dich Deng Than, ridiculously sweet, together sharing a Single ice cream. Their lips are practically brushing, inches away from a kiss. The final photo reveals a massive love hotel bed completely covered in red rose petals, making the ultimate outcome pretty painfully obvious. I simply save the pictures. Then, I jump right back into handling my work. Surprisingly, the second I open my front door that night, Lu Nu-yen is sitting at the dining table with a radiant smile, waiting for me. Kaiba dat, hurry over here. Personally cooked all your absolute favorite dishes today. I stare at the table packed with food, completely ignore the chopsticks, and just quietly take a small sip of water. Lu Nu-yen's bright smile instantly stiffens up, and she awkwardly mutters, hubby, I actually ended up cutting my own hand just making this meal. Are you still mad at me? Is that why you refuse to eat? I glance at the plates, clearly spotting signs of reheated leftovers, and completely deadpan reply, I'm not hungry. Right after I say that, Lu Nu-yen looks visibly annoyed. Whatever, eat or do not. You walk around with that exact same cold face all day long. It is incredibly annoying. Fine, that Silver Island roll ditch Dang Than wants so badly. Just consider that your apology. Compensation. I already apologized to him for you, so just make sure to toss some extra resources his way later on. Seeing Lu Nu-yen casually barking orders like it is her undeniable right, I slightly furrow my brows. Impossible. She glares at me like I am being completely unreasonable, before quickly switching back to this arrogant, patronizing expression. Then I will just stay right here with you tonight, okay? Is this not the only thing you actually wanted anyway? If you want something, spit it out. Staring at her putting on this incredibly righteous act, I just find the whole thing totally ridiculous. But catch this detail. While thinking it over, I suddenly notice Lu Nu-yen is dressed up flawlessly today, totally different from her usual everyday style. Her flushed cheeks, slightly swollen lips, and totally unnatural sitting posture, every single little detail practically screams out her ugly betrayal. Squirming under my intense, studying gaze, Lu Nu-yen frowns in clear annoyance. But right as she opens her mouth to snap, her phone loudly rings. She sneaks a quick glance at me and frantically hangs up. Instantly, a huge flood of messages starts pouring in. Lu Nu-yen just takes one look, and her face completely drains of color. She rushes out, dropping a quick excuse, I have something urgent. Leaving now. I raise an eyebrow and quietly drive after her, only to discover she is heading straight to a villa registered under my name. Staring at that familiar house, I pull out my keys and just calmly stroll right inside. The moment he reaches the second floor garden, voices from the balcony drift over loud and clear. You bad boy, daring to trick me about being in an accident. She scolds him for making her worry. The guy immediately apologizes. He was wrong, but he was just so scared she would go back to him. You promised you wouldn't let him touch you again, he pouts. She tells him to relax, she is a neat freak with major oct. There is no way she could stand being intimate with an outsider. Anyway, he laughs, saying his sister NHYN is totally brilliant for pulling that fake illness trick. She brushes it off. Alright, enough already. You wore me out so much I can barely walk today. He just smirks, admitting without her resources, he never would have come back to her. He grins, saying he knew sister NHYN treats him the absolute best, asking for a hug. Listening to that incredibly shady conversation, KBT realizes he totally forgot to mention something to Liu NHYN. Every single one of his houses has hidden cameras for security. He gathers every photo and video, immediately forwarding them to his lawyer to draft up a divorce agreement. The one condition Liu NHYN leaves with absolutely nothing. Since she loves playing the tough, independent leading lady, he really wants to see it. Without him protecting her and paving the way, let us see how far she gets. Right after that, he packs up, leaves the villa, and moves into a new place. Half an hour later, Liu NHYN storms straight into his office, immediately demanding answers. KBT, where are my promised resources? Why is she only getting the lead role in some trashy romance flick? And that luxury brand endorsement they already locked down? Why on earth did they swap her out? Her rivals are totally mocking her now, and she demands to be the global spokesperson for that brand, telling him to go negotiate right now. He looks down at his messed up documents, feeling pretty annoyed. If Liu NHYN wants top-tier resources, she should go earn them herself instead of storming in here. Perfect timing. The divorce agreement is already sitting right there. He coldly tells her to sign it. Liu NHYN glares at him, screaming in pure anger, KBT, are you totally crazy? Everything is perfectly fine between us. Why divorce? She reminds him of their deal before getting married. Whatever resources she wants, he has to help her get them. It has only been a few years, and he is already turning his back on her. She accuses him of cheating, blaming some random homewrecker. Doesn't he feel guilty doing this to her? Watching this woman play the victim and flip the script, KBT just calmly speaks up. Every single room in his house has security cameras, so she knows exactly what she did. Liu Nhyun's furious face instantly crumbles into sheer panic. You know she is panicking now. She quickly forces a sweet smile, calling him hubby, pretending she has no idea what he means. She admits to neglecting him lately, promising to do better. He just calls security to take her away, ordering them to keep outsiders out from now on. He is beyond done with her lies, refusing to admit the truth. Fine. He just has the guards literally drag her out. Liu Nhyun stares at his completely cold, unbothered face, suddenly realizing that he is truly, officially over her. Just as the guards are about to toss her out, she frantically screams out she will sign it. She will sign the divorce papers. At his signal, the security guards step back. Liu Nhyun stumbles forward, standing right in front of him to check the agreement. She agrees to the divorce, but demands to know why she has to leave empty-handed, insisting on 20% of the shares. Catching that calculating look, he loses patience. She does not deserve it. He tells her straight up if she refuses to sign, he is taking this to court. Once that evidence drops, her true colors will be exposed to everyone. Seeing him so completely calm, Liu Nhyun just aggressively grits her teeth. Furious. Fine, she spits out, hoping KBT will not regret this after the divorce. He does not even reply, just casually tossing a pen right in front of her. Liu Nhyun furiously scribbles her name and drops one last toxic threat. She will not let him get away with this. Stomping her high heels against the floor, she completely storms out. Less than half an hour later, he drops the official divorce announcement, and the internet absolutely explodes. Liu Nhyun's fans are celebrating like it is a massive holiday, cheering that their favorite actress finally escaped her terribly of a husband. From now on, she gets to shine as a single star. Fans are already betting that a certain someone will come crawling back in less than a month. Too bad she already has a new love. They mock him, saying any guy who throws away an absolute star like her has totally lost his mind. But this time, he does not pay to suppress the trending searches like he usually would. Instead, he blasts out legal notices to every single person insulting him online. In less than an hour, Liu Nhyun's overly confident fanbase goes from totally arrogant to publicly begging for forgiveness. One major fan even tracks down Liu Nhyun to beg for her help, but she will not even answer a phone call, let alone meet them in person. Trying to shift the public focus, Liu Nhyun's new movie gets leaked early, packed with kissing scenes so intense that every single detail is caught on camera. The whole movie just gives off this incredibly cheap, trashy vibe, completely ruining that pure, elegant image she spent so many years building up in the entertainment industry. Lots of fans are cringing. They comment that this does not fit her at all, begging her to reconsider. But it actually gets crazier. A video of Liu Nhyun and Dhyun getting kicked out of the villa hits the trending pages, leaving the internet completely dizzy from all this sudden drama. Liu Nhyun's rivals instantly jump on this chance, hiring bots to absolutely destroy her reputation online. Before long, massive search trends blow up famous actress caught cheating. Real reason for the messy divorce finally exposed. Star actress doing spicy scenes. Innocent image completely shattered. And cheating right inside her own house. All these headlines take over the top searches at once. The footage of Liu Nhyun getting tossed out of the mansion, clothes a total mess and screaming her head off, turns the whole internet against her. Even her most loyal fans have absolutely no idea how to defend this. Right on cue, she drops an explanation video, instantly sparking a brand new wave of fierce online debate. In the clip, she is wearing a simple white dress, looking totally pale with teary, heartbroken eyes staring right into the lens. Playing the innocent victim who fears no slander, she claims she absolutely denies those fabricated rumors, insisting that a close friendship should never be used as a cheap excuse to drag someone's name through the mud. She says she trusts everyone to tell right from wrong and not get fooled by all that fake news online. Right after that, Dhyun posts his own statement, claiming he was just acting with the movie queen and wondering who has such an evil heart to destroy her. He calls her his guiding star, swearing he will never allow anyone to hurt the absolute goddess of his heart. Then, their movie script officially drops right alongside it. 80% of those sweet promotional lines perfectly match the actual movie plot. This clever trick does not just boost the hype for their upcoming film, but it also brilliantly steers the public opinion into debating whether pure friendships exist, while aggressively bashing whoever spread those rumors. Liu Nhin executes a truly brilliant strategic retreat. She completely washes away the scandal, boosts the movie's attention, and somehow manages to win massive sympathy from the internet all at once. Even if she gets cozy with Dh later on, nobody will say a word. You have to admit, that is some high-level calculation, but none of that drama concerns me anymore. After all, the moment she signed those divorce papers, her contract with Kai Corporation was officially ripped up. Meanwhile, back at the company, our other artists are pulling in some pretty solid achievements too. All the best resources used to go straight to Liu Nhin, but now everyone has to fight based on real talent, and a few people are genuinely grabbing that chance. Half a month later, right when my mood is actually pretty great from reviewing the company's new quarterly plans and successfully locking down a few big collaborative projects, my assistant walks in looking incredibly awkward to report to me. He calls out to me as boss, saying my mother invited me to the old estate for dinner tonight, and she is absolutely furious about the divorce with Tiu Liu. I just give a calm nod, then I dive straight back into my busy work. My parents are the ultimate textbook business marriage, both living their own separate lives outside and even having their own illegitimate kids. But no matter how much noise those illegitimate children try to make, my absolute position as the sole heir has never once been shaken. Because of that, my relationship with my parents has been freezing cold since childhood. We are basically just the most familiar strangers you could ever meet. Years ago, I outright rejected a totally arranged marriage to choose Liu Nhin, all because I really wanted a genuine, warm home instead of some freezing, calculated business exchange. Who knew that sweet romance would end up being way worse than a standard business deal? That evening, grab some gifts and drive straight over to the old estate. KBT, get on your knees this instant. The second I step inside, my mother's harsh scolding blasts through the room. I glance over and see Liu Nhin sitting on the sofa, looking pitiful with tears welling up, while my mother sits right next to her, glaring at me with total dissatisfaction. I just give a cold, simple greeting to my mother, walk right over to the sofa, and sit down, completely ignoring Liu Nhin. KBT, what exactly is that attitude? Do you not see your wife right here? This is the very first time my mother has ever defended Liu Nhin, instantly making me suspicious. And right on cue, a massive bomb gets dropped. She yells that Liu Nhin is currently pregnant with my child, and pushing for a divorce now is basically forcing her into a corner. I just frown slightly and ask straight up, how many months along? 3 months. My mother scolds that we young people have no responsibility, saying if Liu Nhin had not literally fainted from crying, she would not even know she was pregnant. She insists that whatever problems a married couple has must be talked out clearly, because her precious grandson cannot be 3 months along without a proper status. I let out a freezing cold laugh. I stare at Liu Nhin, who dodges my gaze, completely mocking her. If my memory serves me right, we have not slept in the same bed for half a year now. No wonder you were acting so proactive lately. Turns out you wanted me to claim this kid. Seeing that I am completely unmoved by all this, my mother senses something is seriously wrong and instantly lets go of Liu Nhin's hand. She turns sharply to me. Tell me, what exactly happened here? Before I can even open my mouth, Liu Nhin drops to her knees and grabs my mother's dress, crying that it is her fault for making KBT jealous and misunderstood. She sobs that she only came over today to clear things up. She calls out to me as her husband, admitting she went too far, but swearing she handled it and Dh will never show up again. She begs to know how I can just throw away all our years of love, pleading for us to remarry because the baby absolutely needs a father. Seeing Liu Nhin clutching her stomach with a perfectly pale, fragile face, a flash of pity hits my mother before she glares at me with real blame. She tells BT to clear up any misunderstanding. She argues that since Nhin realizes her mistake, I should give her another chance for the sake of the child. I stare coldly at Liu Nhin putting on this whole act. Honestly, you kind of have to respect it. No wonder she won Movie Queen. She really has the skills. The second my mother finishes talking, I pull out my phone and hit play on an audio clip. Intimate, highly ambiguous sounds between Liu Nhin and Dh echo loudly. Liu Nhin completely freezes, never expecting me to be this ruthless, slapping the cheating evidence right in front of my mother. She frantically looks up and explains that the recording is totally fake and just stitched together. She cries that KBT misunderstood her because of this. Begging my mother to believe her, she desperately begs her husband to say something. I just stare right into her pleading eyes and calmly reply, Liu Nhyn, and I have not been intimate for at least half a year. Smack. Right after I spoke, my mother slapped Liu Nhyn hard. She fell to the side, clutching her face, completely speechless. Mom was so furious, her face turned pale, chest heaving, pointing right at her and calling her a shameless woman. I wondered why there was no baby after 7 years together. Turns out she gets pregnant the second a scandal drops, and she actually dares to bring this child of unknown origin here to act tough. BT, you clean up this mess yourself. Don't make me do it. Come up to the study when you are done. Butler, do not let this useless trash step into our house ever again. Such bad luck. Mom gave me a sharp glare, then turned and walked right out. Liu Nhyn tried to hold her back, but all she got was my mother's cold shoulder and the absolute disgust from all the staff. She fell to her knees, completely helpless. And honestly, watching this, I just sat there coldly enjoying the drama until she crawled over and grabbed my sleeve. Hubby, she cried out, you cannot treat me like this. This baby is really yours. What happened with Dheng was just a temporary moment of foolishness, but you are the only one I truly love. Looking at this once proud and confident woman, acting so utterly pathetic now, my heart just felt absolutely nothing at all. Liu Nhyn was crying, but looking into her eyes, I saw some regret, some guilt, some heavy calculation, but still not a single ounce of love for me. I just stared at her coldly and asked, how about we go do a DNA test right now? Liu Nhyn swallowed hard, her eyes shifting around nervously. The baby is too small, we cannot do it yet. Waiting 5 more months is fine too. I have nothing to feel guilty about, so I do not care. We are already fully divorced anyway. After saying that, I did not even bother glancing at her and walked straight up to the study. My parents were already waiting inside. The sound of Liu Nhyn struggling as she got dragged away echoed behind me, but my steps did not slow down one bit. Bam! The second I opened the study door, a teacup smashed right at my feet, followed by my father scolding me furiously. I told you a long time ago a celebrity like her is just no good. You stubbornly insisted on marrying her back then. I did not stop you, but look at it now. Not to mention all the resources you poured into her for years. This time, she caused a massive scandal across the whole city. Let me tell you, if you keep being stubborn and refuse to wake up, you can just get out and study abroad all over again. Mom frowned, stepping in to calm things down. All right. What is the point of arguing right now? Figuring out a way to solve this mess is the most important thing. BT, tell me how you plan to handle that star? Looking at my parents' completely serious eyes, I let out a light laugh. Clean divorce, of course. But we definitely cannot let all this massive trending hype go to waste. After putting up with so much, I am most definitely taking something back. Hearing that, my dad nodded in satisfaction, then casually brushed it off, saying, the Trieu family daughter just returned from abroad. Why don't you take her out to have some fun and clear your head? Yes, I totally understand. This was obviously an indirect blind date. We all knew what this really was, but I had zero right to refuse anymore. So the next day, there I was at a cafe, scrolling my phone, completely bored out of my mind, waiting for my date, when suddenly, Senior, it has been a while. A very gentle voice rang right by my ear. I looked up and was totally shocked to realize it was an old friend, Trieu Nhyn. For a second, I just froze there, completely speechless. Our eyes met, and Trieu Nhyn gave a sweet smile. What is wrong? Are you that shocked? Does seeing me really surprise you this much? I finally snapped out of it, laughing a bit awkwardly. I just did not expect you to come back. Did you not say you wanted to settle down overseas? Hearing my question, Trieu Nhyn just gave this really helpless little smile. I went abroad before because I loved the romantic art scene there. But in the end, I could not handle my family pushing me to marry. So to save my own skin, I just had to run back here. Her totally dramatic and funny tone actually made me laugh out loud. Do not worry, I quickly told her I will take you out for some real fun these next few days, and let you see an actual great artist's aesthetic taste. Well then, that is a huge win for me. Trieu Nhyn and I kept laughing and chatting as we kicked off our little hangout. Meanwhile, somewhere else, Liu Nhyn was completely losing it, furiously smashing things around her room just to vent her anger. Can you blame her for panicking? She never expected me to be so ruthless, actually cutting her off with a clean divorce. And now she is realizing that without me, those premium acting gigs are completely gone. Even the stars she once helped out on shows were slowly backing away, not to mention directors starting to hint at some seriously shady casting couch rules. As for DHNH, that guy is completely useless, still desperately relying on her just to stay relevant. Ever since stepping into the entertainment industry, Liu Nhyn always had a perfectly smooth ride, yet in just half a month after our divorce, she has already tasted every single cold and harsh reality this world has to offer. Staring down at her clearly growing belly, her eyes turned completely dark as she booked a clinic appointment to get rid of it without hesitation. Her original plan was to trick me into remarrying, sweet-talk me, and then quietly lose the baby so the whole K family would feel intensely guilty toward her forever. But she never expected me to completely dodge her trap, leaving all her careful scheming washed right down the drain. Right as Liu Nhyn was about to leave for the clinic, she opened the door only to find DHNH standing right there, smiling. Long time no see. Where exactly are you heading? The second she saw him, Liu Nhyn immediately frowned in disgust. Where I go has absolutely nothing to do with you. DHNH just raised an eyebrow, half joking. Why would it not involve me? That baby is mine. I truly love you, so let's just get married. Smack. Before he can even finish, Liu Nhyn slaps him right across the face. What baby? What kind of crazy nonsense are you talking about? Get out of my way right now. DHNH holds his cheek, looking at her with a totally heartbroken expression. He already figured it out. Based on the timeline, that baby has to be his. You need to accept reality, because only I truly love you now. You were definitely happy when you were with me before, so why change now? DHNH steps closer and close, looking all around the room. He demands to know what he lacks compared to that older guy. We are clearly a match made in heaven. Let's get married and stay together forever. He promises to only love her for the rest of his life. Seeing that completely intense and obsessive look on his face, Liu Nhyn starts deeply regretting ever getting involved with this absolutely crazy guy. She just wants to cut ties with him completely. But listen to how terrifying this gets. No matter where she hides, DHNH always finds her. He claims he loves her, yet uses their old intimate photos for blackmail. While he is busy checking out the room, Liu Nhyn quickly makes a run for it, but after just a few steps, he blocks her right at the stairs. DHNH smiles brightly and reaches his hand out toward her. Just come back to me. You really need to rest well for the baby right now. Do not come near me, stay away. Who on earth needs your love? Instantly, DHNH grabs her wrist super tightly, his expression turning completely dark. Why? You definitely used to like me back then. We were so happy together, right? You should not act like this. You are a top-tier actress, the absolute brightest star. Definitely not some weak and completely useless person like you are right now. Give the real Liu Nhyn back to me. If you just return to being that goddess, I will do absolutely anything you want. She is so incredibly terrified that her entire body shakes. Seeing his totally crazed face, she somehow finds the strength to push him away and dashes down the stairs. But in her panic, she misses a step. Her entire body tumbles wildly all the way down the long staircase. A sharp pain hits her stomach. Liu Nhyn weakly watches DHNH walking closer and closer, before finally passing out completely. And DHNH, he just looks at her broken body, smiles creepily, and whispers that he truly loves her. Let us just run away together and live a totally normal life. Meanwhile, Trieu Tm Hein and I actually fully understand the matchmaking intentions of the elders in our families. Getting to know each other over these past few days, there is just one tiny invisible barrier left between us before things become completely official. Today marks the very last day of our trip. I sit inside the restaurant, anxiously waiting for Trieu Tm Hein to finally show up. We must have some kind of real connection, because tonight, she specifically changed into a truly gorgeous evening gown just for our special dinner meeting. I look at this girl shining so brightly under the lights. My heart just cannot help but beat a lot faster. Meeting my gaze, Trieu Tm Hein immediately looks down to avoid it, but her bright red ears completely give away how incredibly shy she feels right now. Right at that perfect moment, brilliant fireworks suddenly explode across the night sky outside the window. They form the exact shape of her absolute favorite butterfly orchids. I pull out the bouquet I prepared and hold it out to Trieu Tm Hein. stuttering just a little bit as I finally start to speak. I know I have been married before, and might not be worthy, but it is so incredibly rare to find someone who connects with my soul like you do. So on this final day of our trip, I want to officially become your boyfriend. If you do not feel the same way, you can just walk away. I will completely respect whatever decision you make. You truly deserve a much better person. I close my eyes, just waiting for the final verdict to drop. After waiting for what feels like forever with no response, I assume I completely failed. But when I open my eyes, Trieu Tm Hein smiles and gently kisses me. I just freeze in place as she softly asks her new boyfriend to take good care of her. Being together with Trieu Tm Hein, I feel this incredible sense of pure relief, because I no longer have to constantly worry about our intimate moments being exposed to the public. It will never ruin her bright future. I also do not have to constantly stress about her causing trouble for me to fix. And I definitely do not have to endure all those harsh, endless rumors anymore. She never forces me into doing things I hate, and she definitely never uses some fake promise about our future just to pressure me into doing what she wants. We are just perfectly in sync. No matter what random topic I decide to bring up, she always catches on instantly and keeps the conversation flowing so beautifully. We become a truly sweet and harmonious couple. Both sets of parents are super supportive of this relationship, constantly urging us to go ahead and get married as soon as possible. So during the holiday season, I invite both families to sit down together and officially discuss the wedding plans. Sure, there are mutual benefits, but we genuinely love each other. Everything is going so incredibly smooth. It honestly feels exactly like a beautiful dream. We decide to hold our big wedding next March, but you will never guess who shows up next. The next time I see Liu Nhyn is at a party. She is wearing this incredibly revealing outfit. With heavy makeup on, she is laughing with the guests. A complete departure from the elegant grace she had during her top star days. The most shocking part is that she literally looks 10 years older now. Even with all that careful makeup, she simply cannot hide the deep exhaustion in her eyes. I have absolutely no interest in kicking someone while they are down, so I immediately ignore her and just go back to discussing business. But during a break, Liu Nhyn actually walks right up to me. KBT, are you doing well? Annoyed that she interrupted my break, I frown and tell her straight, none of your business. I'm getting married, have some self-respect. Liu Nhyn stumbles back 2 steps the second I say that, staring at me in total disbelief. You are lying, she cries. You promised to love only me. But I just cut her off. Look, I do not have time for this acting. Her overly emotional confession shuts down instantly. Tears well up in her eyes as she stares pleadingly at me. KBT, I regret everything, she begs. Can we get back together? Can we just go back to those sweet old days? First off, I have a fiancé. Second, we actually love each other. She is my true partner in every single way. And third, you and I ended a long time ago. What you are doing right now is straight up harassment. Liu Nhyn pulls out a fork, pressing it to her neck. She sobs, remarry me, or I will end it all today. The sharp prongs press hard into her skin, and with just a little force, red marks actually start showing. Back in the day, seeing her even slightly hurt would completely shatter my heart. I would rush her to the hospital and do whatever she asked. Now, I'm just quietly watching her put on a show. When I actually loved her, she was a treasure I wanted to protect forever. But now that those feelings are gone, she is just a worthless rock to me. Seeing absolutely zero reaction from me, Liu Nhyn finally drops her little act. Honestly, she says, I want to return as an idol with my old benefits. Seeing her act so entitled, I just give a cold, silent smirk. Impossible. What makes her think she can just snap her fingers and easily win back everything she so carelessly tossed away before? I call out for security. There is someone causing trouble in the lounge. Drag her out now. Please help me. KBT. Nhyn is an absolute lunatic who just used me for money and never actually loved me. I'm so sorry, she wails. But let's be real here. I just watched this whole pathetic act in dead silence. Security shows up fast and drags Liu Nhyn away, leaving me to smile and find my business partners. After the banquet, a detailed file on her lands right on my desk. Her brand new movie just aired following our messy divorce. Completely as expected, her public image absolutely tanks. The fans and the general audience completely turn against her. The superstar everyone once worshipped, now, she is a total nobody. She tries making a comeback after hiding away, but without my backing. She fails at every single turn. She even posts this desperate open letter online begging to get back together. But my corporate PR team does not play games. They instantly lock down her account before she can cause any more pointless drama. As for DHNH, she actually sued him, and now he is serving a few solid years behind bars. Reading the file, I just smirk. Then I toss it aside. My custom wedding with Trieu TM Hein is the only thing that matters now. But stepping outside the shop, Liu Nhyn is stalking us. With crazy, bloodshot eyes, she glares sharply right at my fiancé Trieu TM Hein. Now watch this. Near the crosswalk, she pulls a weapon and completely loses it, charging straight at Trieu TM Hein. Luckily, my bodyguards react fast, kicking the weapon away and pinning her down. She completely snaps, mumbling, "Look at what I have turned into. It is all your fault," she screams. "If you were just gone, KBT would finally come back to me." Because of this crazy stunt, the police arrive quickly and drag her away. But diagnosed with severe mental issues, she dodges jail time entirely. Even at the hearing, she holds her head up proudly. But being sick is no excuse for avoiding real consequences. I toss her into the strictest facility available. That place is going to be her permanent home forever. During her first week locked away, she kept demanding to see me, but I rejected every request. Eventually, she gives up, losing her mind completely while dreaming of her fated superstar glory. But honestly, none of that matters to me anymore. I'm just holding my real love's hand, walking through lavender fields, finally enjoying my own peace.